welcome to Mind Class. Today's word is I am worthy. You are worthy of this time that you're spending on yourself, okay? I know my excellence and I settle for nothing less. Today we are stretching. We are going to do all of our work on the floor. We might be on our bottoms, our hands and our knees, so if you need something soft for your knees, your hands, grab it out now, okay? So we'll need a mat, clear your space, start your watches on probably yoga, or if you have stretching, put it on stretching, and water. I don't think you'll need a sweat towel. Isn't that nice? You know you're going to be doing a lot of stretching, okay? So we're going to start seated on our bottoms, on our mats, on the floor. I got this word, and then I'm going to probably clear these out and start all over again. All right, so we're going to keep going through those words because I do think that they're great grounding for everyday mindsets, okay? I'm going to start our timer, and we're going to sit down on our bottoms. So let's go ahead. Let me go down. I'm going to do too much. All right. Let's go ahead and begin. Seated on the floor. Everything looks good. I might have a visitor. All right, go ahead and take a nice big inhale up. Hands behind your head. Draw your elbows in. Start rolling your spine, crunching into a ball. And then coming out in reverse, reaching up and exhaling. So a little spinal roll here, adding in a little crunch. We're crawling into a ball here. Round up your spine, come out in reverse. Inhale. Draw your belly button in. Make that C curves with your spine. Rounding it all out. Chin to your chest. Elbows towards your shins or your calves, your thighs. Curl up in your ball and then come on out of it, balloon. Don't stay in your ball. All right, we're gonna work on our neck next. So we're gonna take one hand, reach it out, take your ear to your shoulder. So opposite shoulder. We're just gonna hold here. I'm gonna split our time in half if it's a left and right side move. Some of it I will split in half and some of it will hold for the whole minute. Everything today is for the whole minute. Don't cheat out on your minute or your 30 seconds. All right, come center neutral and let's switch sides. So reaching your other hand out and then your ear to your opposite shoulder. If you need to, you can extend your legs forward. Your one hip flexor is definitely yelling at me sitting in that position, so you need to adjust your legs. Keep that stretch, reach a little bit further with your fingertips, reach a little bit further with your ear to your shoulder. Really get a nice stretch along your neck, all that tension that creeps up in our traps in our neck. All right, come center, reach your arm up and over. Big stretch, side bend, reaching, so we're stretching right through our rib cage, the side of our rib cage, and then take your hand, pat yourself on the back, do you feel your tricep? Lift your elbow to the ceiling. Reach up overhead, bend your elbow, hand on your back, tricep, and then let's switch sides. So we're reaching side, bend up and over, reaching with your fingertips to the other wall. You're feeling that stretch right down the side of your rib cage and your lat muscles. We used them yesterday. I think we did pullovers yesterday if you did class with me, and then bend your elbow, pat yourself on the back, elbow to the ceiling, stretch out your tricep. Reach up. Straight arm again. Pat yourself on the back, hold it there. Elbow to the ceiling, tricep, and release. All right, inhale up. Fingertips kind of, fingers can clasp, or your hands can kind of clasp together. At the top, reach out tall through your spine. Reach out to a T, pull your shoulder blades together. Shoulders down and away from your ears, long neck. And then down and behind your back, chest opener. Maybe you want to just put your hands on the small of your back, right over your hips, and pull your elbows back. That works too. Coming back up, reaching up tall, tall, tall. Try to separate your rib cage from your hip bones. Get that tall. And then open up T, pull your shoulder blades together. And then release chest opener, either clasping your hands behind your back, hands on the small of your back, elbows pulled back like a chicken wings. All right, release it, and we're gonna go ahead and take one hand on the opposite thigh, turn, look. Come center and switch sides. We're gonna kind of flow through this one, so we're not gonna hold 30 and 30. I'm gonna hold about 10 or 15 seconds. And switch sides. Look over your shoulder, use your hand in the back on the floor to twist yourself a little bit further, switch sides. Switch again. Hold, hold. Hold it here. And now switch sides. Last time, hold it. Tall through your spine, grow an extra inch. And release and come center. We're going to go into a straddle roll. So you're going to spread out your feet as far as they can go. And then you're going to lean forward. And you're going to keep walking yourself forward as far as you can go, okay? So adjust your legs. Adjust your arms. I feel like this leg is shorter than this leg right now for some reason. I'm looking at my feet going, they're in different places. Maybe this leg isn't stretched out as much. All right, so leaning far forward as you can, keeping your chin up, chest forward. If you can take your elbows to the ground, if you can take your forehead to the ground. Hey, there's goals. Someday, I know I used to be able to come pretty close. So keep working on it. Take an inhale, reach your chest a little closer to the floor, open up your hips a little bit more and roll forward. 5 more seconds. And walk yourself back up. We're going into swivel hips. So 90-90, leave enough room for this inside knee to touch the ground. You can support yourself with your hands. We're just gonna roll side to side. Trying to pull your knees to the ground. A lot of hip, glute, hamstring stretching today. I think that after our soul fusion class, your body will appreciate this. So maybe think about that. This will be available for you to replay. So after soul fusion class, maybe on Sunday, this would be a good stretch class to do. Or if you have extra time on Saturday to stretch a little bit more. All right, let's hold our left knee forward, right leg back. Let's do left side first. Usually we do right side, but we'll do left side first. We're gonna do mermaid. So hand behind you, lifting up, reach, reach, reach. And you can circle your arm, reach, reach, reach. You need to lower your bottom and then come back up. You can do that too. I'm gonna scooch back so my both knees are on the mat here. So reach, circle your arm, reach, maybe lower and lift again. You still have 30 seconds, so you can just kind of flow through this. Release, lift, stretch, circle, stretch a little bit more, hold, release, flow. It's up to you right now, okay? So I'm gonna keep lifting that hip to the ceiling and circling my arm and then reaching. I'm not gonna lower, I'm gonna hold it. A couple more seconds. And then come on down, swing your back leg forward. We have a hamstring stretch. So you know what I always say, if you need to get this leg out of the way, get it out of the way, focus on your hamstring, chest to the knee, nose ahead of you towards your toes. If you can, I'd like you to flatten out, flex your foot so your toes are straight up to the ceiling. Yeah, that adds a little bit more, doesn't it? Reaching, reaching, reaching. On each breath, chest towards the floor. So on the exhale is when you want to lean a little bit closer. more seconds, and then we'll bend both knees and come into butterfly. Go ahead and situate yourself on both sit bones, draw your feet together, hands on your ankles, shins. You're going to walk your way in so that your heels are coming closer to your hips, tall through your spine, elbows down into your thighs, chest forward, opening up your hips. Every exhale, we're trying to lean just a little bit further forward, like you're being nosy. Trying to get your nose and chin a little bit further forward, chest a little bit further forward. It's the one time it's okay to be nosy. I don't want you clucking your chicken neck, but taking your torso and moving forward. You have 10 seconds here, so take that nice big inhale. And exhale, shoulders down and away from your ears, and let's switch mermaid other side. So take your now right leg forward, left leg back. Whew. I'm gonna just situate my knees on my mat. Hand behind you, we're reaching up, mermaid stretch. Circle your arm, come back center to that stretch. If you want to, lower your bottom, lift back up, circle. So as we're doing this and we're dipping and coming back up, it reminds me a little bit of our flip, our wild thing in soul fusion. Remember, this is an option instead of coming all the way through the flip, if you prefer, on Saturday classes. This Saturday we will have a replay. I have a couple busy weekends coming up with the kids' sports, so unfortunately on some of these Saturdays you're going to get a replay. But fortunately, the last class we had a really good replay, so to use again and again. So we'll use that. Gymnastics and hockey season. This is our busy season in our house. So come on down. We're going to take our back leg, swing it out in front. Do whatever you got to do with this leg for your hamstring stretch on this side. Okay. Chest towards your knee, nose ahead of you. Try to point your toes to the ceiling. Flatten out, flex your foot. Inhale, exhale, getting closer to the floor each time. Lengthening through the entire back of your leg, feeling it in your glute, your hamstring, your calf. Inhale and exhale. In 10 more seconds, we will come down to all fours, headed into cat-cow. So go ahead and come out of that stretch. Come to all fours. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, flat back. And then let's go ahead and tuck the chin. Hips tilt towards your chin, round out your spine, push the ground away from you. Think about a string pulling up the center of your back. And then release, lift your chin. Drop your hips, lift your tailbone. Go at your own pace here, rounding out. Back to neutral. Let's sink back into child's pose. Walk your hands forward. Take your left arm, reach it through your right armpit, turn yourself. Take this front arm, which is your right arm, up overhead. Touch your fingertips together, kind of like a clap, or you can reach forward a little bit more. Open it up, back down. Hand comes forward. Come on out of it, go to the other side. Okay, so we're going to thread through, reach our top arm open, kind of like a little thoracic spinal twist. Hand comes down, up, down, hand comes forward, and switch sides. Reach through, hands come together, we open, close like a seal, hand comes forward, Switch sides one more time, okay? Reach, hands come together, open, lower, hands come forward, child's pose, there we go. All right, hanging in child's pose. Coming up to all fours, curl your toes under, push to down dog. We're gonna paddle our heels here one at a time, so drawing one heel towards the floor at a time, walk the dog, paddle your heels. There's all sorts of ways to say this, but we're just reaching, alternating our heels to the floor, really reaching and extending with our calves. Oh, that feels amazing. I didn't know I needed it so bad. Walk the dog, okay? Fingertips forward, shoulders out of your ears, eye gaze to your fingertips, stop looking at your knees and toes. Oh, I could do this for a little bit longer. Hold your down dog, both heels reaching towards the floor. And then let's go ahead and take a low lunge, right leg forward, okay? You can drop your back knee or you can keep it lifted, low lunge, okay? Hands just inside the instep of your foot, right underneath your shoulders. Again, you can drop your back knee if you'd like. We're gonna eventually drop it. Opening up our hips, low lunge hold, or you can come between the two. You can come leg, knee up, knee down, kind of pulse it a little bit, move it a little bit if you'd like. It's up to you. You can kind of pulse and lean forward and back in this, rock a little bit, opening up your hips. See which one feels good to you right now, okay? We're gonna do a little bit more hip opening now. Go ahead and put your back knee down on the floor. We're gonna sink back, hamstring stretch, chest towards the floor. Hold it, or when you're ready, rock forward, and then rock back. So we're just doing a hamstring rock here, okay? Rock and roll, forward and back. Hold where you want to hold, move where you want to move. Opening your hip flexor, stretching your hamstring. We've got 15 seconds, so if you want to just hold this hamstring stretch to the last second before moving on, that's what I'm going to do. Big stretch there. Toes to the ceiling. Flatten out, flex that foot. Come back to your low lunge. Your back and knee on the ground. I'm going to challenge you here. Can you take, this is your right leg, your left elbow to the floor? Okay, I'm going to challenge you even more. Can you take both elbows to the floor? This is a lizard. Clever name. Open up your hip. Knee goes out to the side wall just a little bit. If this is too much for you, if you cannot get down this far, you're going to just keep working your way. Maybe it's just bending your elbow on the outside. Maybe it's just bending your elbows a little bit more each time, okay? So I usually can't get both elbows down. I'm actually surprised right now that I got both down. So my hip must be open. That's a good thing. The last challenge would be, can you lift your back knee and be in this lizard position, okay? You don't have to lift your back knee if it's too much. Remember, even if you can just get one elbow down, try and keep your chest towards the floor. All right, go ahead and take this right leg through to pigeon. So front knee bent out from underneath you, back leg is gonna straighten up. When you're ready, you can start walking your way down to your elbows. You can get your forehead to the floor. This is your pigeon pose for the next 35 seconds, so find the place that you're getting the most stretch for your body. .15 more seconds here. hands to the floor, step back to plank. Pipe yourself up to a down dog, walk your hands to your feet. Roll up from here. Slow, slow, slow. We're going inchworm, so I want you to roll through your spine as if you're a slow, slow worm, okay? So chin to chest, round your shoulders, round your back. Slide your hands straight down your legs until your fingertips touch the floor. And at that point, flatten out your hands, walk yourself to plank. Pause for a beat, and then walk yourself back. Pipe up your butt, get that hamstring stretch, and then slowly roll, 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 and reverse. Head, neck, and shoulders come up last. Let's go one more time. Chin to chest, round slowly. Slide down your body. Fingertips to the floor, flat hand, walk out to plank, hold your plank. And we're gonna drop our back knee, take our left leg forward into a low lunge. If you'd like to lift your back leg, lift it, okay? We're just gonna hold a low lunge for 60 seconds. So if you wanna put that back knee down just to give yourself a little rest, or if you want to lift and lower, or pulse a little bit, rocking back and forth, go for it. Hands underneath your shoulders, just in the instep of your foot. Hopefully your calf is parallel to your arms right now. Hopefully. If your hip's really tight, it might be a little further back or a little further up to the side. But let's try our best to get everything in a straight line. If your leg is straight, go ahead and bend your knee, drop it to the floor gently. We're going to sink back into a hamstring stretch. When you're ready, walk it forward to your low lunge, and then rock it back to your hamstring stretch. Find your own pace. Hold where you need to hold. Move when you're ready to move. Really sink your hips back and push your heel into the floor on your hamstring stretch. Find that length in the back of your leg. Chest towards your knee, nose ahead of you, chin up. Trying to get deeper in your hamstring stretch each time. Ooh, and the goal is to get your toes to the ceiling, flatten out, flex your foot. We have 10 seconds if you want to do a hold here. And we're walking our way forward again. We're going to lizard, okay? On the other side, so remember, our hands are right in that instep. You're gonna take your outside elbow and try to reach it to the floor first. You want your shoulders and your chest to try to stay parallel, so if your elbow is going to the ground and you're really twisted, I want you to take this shoulder and pull it down, okay? And then try the other elbow. Can you get that to the floor? I barely can, but I'm gonna try to keep pulling it towards the floor because that feels good. Good stretch. And then it's too intense, so I'm gonna lift that hand up, keeping the other elbow down, all right? Maybe walk your foot out a little bit, open up your hips a little bit more, and then can you get your elbow down? Can you take your knee to the side wall? The last thing to do would be to try to lift your back leg, which, yeah, I can do it actually, but I don't want to hold it. 10 more seconds here. It's intense. It's opening up your hips. It's stretching. I know, I'm feeling it too. We're going to come into pigeon. So take this front leg, slide it underneath and out from underneath you. So slide it through and out from underneath you. Back leg straightens. Head into your pigeon. Lowering yourself down as you feel comfortable or slightly uncomfortable. Remember, you are worthy of this time you're giving yourself. Your body will thank you for it. After this pigeon, we will lay down on our stomachs. I know you guys are all excited about that, so some more wonderful stretches coming your way. This was all about stretching today. We didn't have that core piece today, so we weren't building up a sweat. It was just straight up stretch. Lovely, lovely. I know my body is like feeling glorious right now. It's going, thank you, thank you, thank you for doing this today. down and down to your stomach. So lay flat on the floor. Take one hand underneath you, right in front of your armpit, and then reach the other one out, 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 as far as it can go, okay? So one hand tucked back, one arm reaching, reaching, reaching. Lift your chest a little bit, a little extra in that reach. And then switch hands, okay? So take the other one in just below your armpit. Reach the other hand out, fingertips reaching as far as it can go. When you're ready, lift your chest a little bit and get a little extra stretch. If it's too much, just keep reaching your top hand, leave your chest to the floor. Maybe you want to lift and lower just a little bit with your breath. Reach, reach, reach. And let's take our arms out to a T. You're going to take one foot up to the ceiling. Twist like a scorpion tail. Open up. Walk your hands where you can feel the stretch through your chest. You can lift yourself up by putting your opposite hand on the floor, bend it, and then lift your body up just a little bit. Scorpion tail stretch here. 3 more seconds, and then let's go ahead and rotate, switch sides. So again, walk your hand where you need it. I would suggest keeping it at shoulder height or a little bit higher. Try not to go below your shoulder. You might feel a weird twist. When you hear the beep, we're going to come back to our bellies. All right, we're going to grab one foot, pull it towards your butt. Try to grab the other foot, pull it towards your butt. So, option is to stay here, just pulling your heels to your butt. You can keep your chin on the floor or your forehead on the floor, or you can lift your chest, push your feet into your hands, and skydive with me, okay? Some people call this the bow pose. Skydiver works really well here. So pushing your feet into your hands, thighs then come off the floor, chest comes off the floor. Feeling this pretty much everywhere. And release so you can breathe. Nice big inhale, and then exhale, do it again. And then you're shallow breathing, but still breathing. If you're lifted, it's up to you how high you're gonna get. On the beep, we're gonna release it. And push back to child's pose. We're going angled child's pose, so pick one side. Angle yourself. Hand comes long, the inside hand comes long, and then you take your bottom towards your heels. Feel that big stretch through your forearm, through your tricep, through the muscles that move along your spine, your rib cage, and down into your obliques, into your hip. And those, all those muscles. And walk yourself center, switch sides. So take this inside hand, reach it far, far, far. Pull your bottom back towards your heels. I even feel this in like my wrist and my hands. Really reach through. It's all connected. All right, walk yourself center. You're going to lay down on the floor. Again, hands just underneath your armpits, underneath your shoulders. We're going to lift up little cobras, baby cobra, lower. You can lift and hold. Baby cobra or full cobra, it's up to you, okay? If you want to come up, shoulders out of the ears, hips lifted off the floor. You're pushing the floor away from you. If that's too intense, you can come to your baby cobra. Lift your chest, push your palms of your hand, the pads of your hands into the floor. Lifting, lifting, squeeze your glutes. And if you want to flow a little bit here, flow. 20 more seconds to flow or hold. Stretching out our abdominal muscles, the front of our abs, front of our core. coming to all fours. One hand down, one hand's gonna reach, twist open. Come back to center, switch sides. A little bit more stretching through our spine. Tomorrow we have kickboxing class, we've got cardio and body weight conditioning, so definitely a lot of core work there. Please join us if you can. If you want to hold, hold. If you want to keep flowing, flow. And then we're going to go ahead and sink back into child's pose for our last pose. Toes together, knees wide. Forehead can come towards the floor as you sink on down. Hands can come back towards your toes. This is called worship. So we're going to bow down here. Try to let everything melt and relax into the floor. So take out the tension in your shoulders. Take out the tension in your jaw. Take out the tension in your hips. Just try to be like Jell-O at this point. We stretched everything out. Release and melt into the floor. Take your big, deep breaths. You are worthy. You should feel amazing right now. Hopefully there is a smile on your face that you did something wonderful for yourself today. When you're ready, you can come on out of that. I will see you tomorrow. If you want to stay down on the floor, stay down on the floor for a couple more minutes, and I will see you. Thank you for joining today. Bye.